Combining fun and function, accent pillows can completely change the personality of a room. And while there are no hard and fast rules for putting together a gorgeous grouping, there are things you should keep in mind when picking your pillows. Here to explain, interior designer Nyla. Welcome. Nice to see you.
Good morning. You too.
I almost said nice to see you. Well, be seated. Okay, so rules. We're talking about rules here.
Well,
suggestions.
Suggestions is a much better way to put it, because really there are no rules. So we're talking about having fun and adding personality, like you said. So we have our sofa here with a typical way that people start off with adding pillows to their sofas. So most people have a neutral sofa and they want to add a punch of color, and they do so like this.
Okay.
I find that this is a typical sort of 18 by 18 pillow. I find it's a little small. I like to add something a little bit larger behind. So if we're going to start the layering process, like we're going to talk about in a little bit, I like the idea of adding something larger. Now this is about 23 by 23. I would encourage people to go at least 20 by 20. So that does seem large to some people, but if you're going to start adding more pillows,
and so do you want to be, symmetrical with that?
So this is exactly another way that we would approach the setting, would be a symmetrical. We've got two of the exact same pillows layered with another set.
Okay.
Perfectly fine. And if we want to take a more asymmetrical approach, we can add another piece that has a little bit more, oops, upside down, that has a little bit more color, interest, pattern.
Right.
And then we add more layers. Now, with the whole approach of layers, this is a personal preference.
It very much is, because I know Ted Henley, he's been talking about, you know, he doesn't like so much, you know, dealing with the pillows, because he finds you have to throw them off. They're not always functional. But some people like, you know, a lot.
And that, again, is a personal preference. One pillow is certainly enough. If it's a fabulous pillow, much like something like this, that's fine. It also depends on the size of your sofa. So if you have a really long sofa or a sectional, you're going to want to add a little bit more personality and a little bit more pieces. So if we take these away, because this is a little more basic and we want to have more fun, and we layer patterns, layer textures,
that's very bold.
We can do so. So we've got three completely different pillows here, but they all work in the same environment.
Why do they work then? Explain, like, for us who are not so, you know, don't have the kind of vision.
We've got similar color palettes.
Yeah.
We've got contrasting patterns, and the scale. The scale is different. We've got the different shapes. We've got a long and narrow sort of kidney pillow here. We've got a square and then another rectangular shape here. They all work together.
They really do.
Yeah, these are actually pieces from my own home. So I have these on my sectional in my family room. So they are more family friendly. They're easy to use. They're not precious.
Okay. Yeah, and that's another thing, right? I mean, I guess if there's a couch that you actually make use of.
Well, you want it to be livable because, like you said, people are tossing them around. I mean, that's part of the fun of them.
Right.
But if you have a more formal space, then that's okay too.
Right.
And speaking of that, I do love the idea of adding something that is really special. This is a piece that actually my husband bought me years and years ago. It's about 15 years old. I absolutely love and adore it. It's an embroidered silk. It's starting to show its wear, but that's part of the, you know, the specialness of it, and I have this in our family space and we use it often. So again, this is a grouping that could easily fit amongst many styles, and again, against a neutral backdrop. I mean, you can pretty much add anything goes. No rules, no formula. Have fun with it.
And I see Glenn holding one more pillow, and it's a completely different fabric.
Well, this is a leather pillow. So again, just going back to the whole layering of textures, leather is a great add-on. And as you can feel, I know the viewers can't feel it, but it is quite soft.
It's soft and durable. I mean, we have leather couches because you're dealing with small kids. Sometimes leather is actually
easy
better.
to care for.
So these are fantastic. I love this grouping. Nyla, how do people find you?
NylaFreeDesigns.com.
Fantastic. More information and links on our website at breakfasttelevision.ca.